Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to unlock one of the biggest secrets to actually speaking German, how to build full, correct sentences. And trust me, the key is mastering one simple concept, regular verbs. So let's jump right in. So I'm guessing you're here because you want to move past just single words, right? You want to start building real sentences and actually express your own thoughts and ideas in German?
Well, the secret to doing exactly that is hidden in one place, the verbs. Seriously, once you get the hang of how verbs work, it's like the door to the entire German language just swings wide open.
Okay, so let's get into it. First things first, we need to understand the basic building blocks of a German verb. And you know what? It's way simpler than you might think. Every single verb starts out as an infinitive. Now, that's just a fancy name for its original, basic form. You know, the version you'd look up in a dictionary. And here's the crucial part to notice. In German, it almost always ends in the letters en. And you'll see this pattern everywhere. Just look at these common verbs. Lernen, which means to learn, machen, to do, spielen, to play. You see that? They all have that exact same en ending. This is our starting point for everything. And now we get to the really fun part, conjugation. I know, it sounds a little complicated, but I want you to think of it like a simple puzzle. We just have to learn the pattern, and then we can solve it every single time, no problem. And here is that pattern. It's really just two simple steps. First, you find the verb stem by just chopping off that en ending. So for lernen, the stem is just lern. Easy. Second, you add a new ending that matches who is doing the action, the pronoun. This table right here lays out the whole system perfectly. For ich, which means I, we add an e to get lerne. For du, you, we add st to get lernst. For sie, es, or he, she, it gets a t, learned. And notice something cool? We, and sie, they just go back to using the original en ending. This is the master pattern you need to know. So, let's actually put this into a real sentence. You wouldn't say, ich lerne Deutsch. Nope. You use the pattern we just learned. Ich lerne Deutsch. I am learning German. See how that works? It's perfect. Let's try another one. What if we want to say, we learn together? Well, we just look at the chart. The pronoun is wir, so the ending is en. Wir lernen zusammen. We learn together. See? The pattern works every single time. Okay, so knowing the right verb form is step one, but step two is just as critical, knowing exactly where to put that verb in the sentence. And here it is. This might be the single most important rule in all of German sentence structure, so really let this one sink in. The changed verb, the one we just conjugated, is always in the second position. Always. No exceptions. This comparison does a fantastic job of showing what position two really means. In the first sentence, ich spiele Gitarre. The subject ich is in position 1, and our verb spiele is in 2. Simple enough. But now look at the second sentence. We started with morgen, which means tomorrow. So what's in position 2? The verb arbeite. The subject ich actually gets pushed back to third place. The verb is the anchor of the sentence. It never, ever leaves that second spot. All right, theory's done. You've learned the pattern, and you've learned the sentence rule. So now it's your turn to put it all into practice and test out your new knowledge. You ready for this? Okay, first one. The verb is wohnen, meaning to live, and the subject is ich. So what's the correct ending here? Go ahead, take a second to think about it. And the answer is wohne. For ich, we just drop the en and add that simple e. Ich wohne in Deutschland. You got it. Fantastic. All right, let's do the next one. The verb is spielen, to play, and the subject is wir, or we. How would you complete this sentence? That's right, it's just spielen. Remember, for wir and sie, the verb form is the same as the original infinitive. Wir spielen Fußball. You're really getting the hang of this. Okay, last one for practice. You're doing great. The verb is arbeiten, to work, and the subject is or he. What's the correct form going to be? And the answer is arbeitet. The ending for is t. Arbeitet im Büro. Excellent. Excellent work. Seriously, that's fantastic. You've just proved that you totally understand the fundamental pattern for building thousands and thousands of German sentences. So I want you to remember this. What you've learned today is basically a master key. This little table of endings, ast, te, an,
This unlocks pretty much every regular verb in the German language. If you memorize this, you are so well on your way.
So, you have the tools now. You know the pattern. The only real question left is, using a verb like machen or wohnen or spielen, which German sentence will you make first?